Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing good today. Well, today I'm going to be planting onions in my raised bed. And so I'm going to be planting yellow Stuttgarter. It's a long day onion. And we're going to talk about some things that I have learned that you just absolutely have to know if you're going to be successful when planting a long day onion. And then we're finally going to get in there and get to planting. And I did change one thing from last year, and I'm going to explain why, but we're going to plant onions today, so let's go. All right, so I want to share these things with you right now because they are really important. If you don't take anything else from this video, please, this is what you got to know. Now, to grow a long day onion, you need 14 hours of sunlight in the summer. I'm from West Central Indiana, and we get more than 14 hours of daylight. Now, you can Google a map, and it will show you whether you're in an area that either goes a long day, an intermediate, or a short day. So, why this is important is because at 14 hours, that's when a long day onion, the bulb is going to start growing. It's not going to grow any sooner than that. So this is important because now I have to get these onions planted in plenty of time to let them greens get nice and big. And I made this mistake. I made a video on it. I just didn't get them planted soon enough. But those greens are going to give that energy to that bulb, and so you got to get them in. Now, right now, I'll have about maybe 6 to 7 weeks to let these greens grow, get nice and big. But the problem I've always had and maybe you guys have had this too, we are so used to growing things a week or two after the last frost, or maybe planting things a week or two before the first frost, that it's kind of tough to put something in the ground when you know you're probably still going to get frost, and we will. But it happened last year, and I had frost all over my onions. They really weren't all that big, and they came out of it just fine. So again, if you really want them nice big bulbs, you got to get these in enough time to let them grow up. So guys, let's go ahead and get into some planting, because this is the first thing this year, and I am ready. So let's go. So real quick, before we get into the planting, if you have liked this video and you have found value in it, please consider subscribing. I really would appreciate it, and it is free. So one of the things that happened last year is my bulbs turned out really, really good. They got big, and then right before I went to harvest them, they split. Now, I'm still not exactly for sure why they did that. At the time, I thought it was an excessive nitrogen problem. If you know anything about that, please share it in the comments. But I always kind of thought maybe it had something else to do with my spacing. Last year I had them at 3 inches between bulbs. This year I'm going to go 4. And how I did that is I used a 2x4. Now a 2x4 is actually 3.5 inches wide. But what I did is I just went and put it along the side there. And then I made a row. And then when I moved it out, I just spaced it a little bit more. And then that gave me that 4 inches, maybe 4.5, and I just did that for each row. Now, I'm not going to say that this is perfectly straight or anything like that, but that really doesn't bother me. As long as I get a little better spacing than what I had last year, it should be fine. So here's how I'm going to get the spacing on my bulbs. I'm just going to put them in there like that, and I'm going to press these in kind of firm. I'm not going to put them in real deep. And then I'm just going to take my board and I'm going to put it like that and leave just a little bit of space from the outside of those bulbs to my board. And so when I go to put these in, I'll have plenty of space, maybe even a little bit more than 4 inches. And you might have a little problem seeing this row here. There's some shadow, but that's kind of what it is. And I'm probably going to use maybe about half of this bed in onions. Now, it is going to get down to 27 tonight. And so on a really cold night, or if I think it's going to be cold, where it's going to be a hard frost, which our frost date, last frost date here is first week of May, so I know we're going to get some frost. But if it's just seems like it's going to be really bad weather, I'm probably just going to go ahead and take some plastic and cover these up, at least until they get some good growth on them. So that's what I'm doing. Well, hey, let me know how you're doing in your garden. Let me know if you've already got your onions in. Well, that is the video, and thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys later.